Good morning. I'm Yusuf Abramchi. We're coming to you live from the Metropolis conference in Johannesburg, the start of the week-long conference, which sees about 150 mayors from across the globe getting together, and the theme for this year is Caring Cities. The host city is the city of Johannesburg. It's a pleasure to welcome the Executive Mayor of Johannesburg, Councillor Parkstar. Good morning to you, Mayor.
Thank you. Good morning, Yusuf.
Mr. Mayor, thank you again for joining us. What is this about, and what are you trying to achieve?
Well, the Metropolis Board of Governors meeting is an annual meeting that takes place in different cities throughout the world to review the work that's being done by Metropolis and the various associations that are involved with Metropolis. Part of the work that's being done by Metropolis is to look at benchmarking and case studies of urban governance and development in various cities. As the city of Johannesburg, we're participating in a number of these initiatives. We're part of the initiative that's benchmarking implementation of bus rapid transit systems. And from that, we'll be able to share our experiences and lessons, but also be able to learn from the other cities that are implementing a similar initiative in terms of the bus rapid transit system. We're also participating in a benchmarking session that relates to governance, how we can improve governance, community participation, and relationship between government and the private sector through public-private partnerships. So we are looking at that and participating actively as the City of Johannesburg. And lastly, we're part of the program that deals with the Sustainable Development Indicators. So Metropolis is really an association that's intended to enable large cities to deal with the problems and issues that they need to confront, but also to learn from each other and share experiences and provide the support systems that metropolitan municipalities need.
And who are your representatives, mayors, municipal officials, I would imagine?
Primarily, it's the leadership of local government. So you have actively involved mayors, municipal managers. We also have governors in certain instances, because Metropolis also includes metropolitan urban government. So the Gauteng provincial government is a member, the city-state of Lagos is a member. So it's a hybrid sort of organization that includes both local government and provincial
And I believe it's the first time you're hosting it in Africa, so obviously a great draw card for South Africa and for Johannesburg in particular?
Certainly it has been a particularly important draw card for Johannesburg and South Africa, but it's also enabled us to give it a South African and a Johannesburg flavor. A South African and a Johannesburg flavor in the sense that the issues we're dealing with are the issues that we deal with in developing countries. How do you deal with the high levels of urbanization, the numbers of people that are coming into our cities? And that's something that we're all facing in the developing world. Johannesburg, Lagos, Sao Paulo, Rio, Hyderabad, and other cities are dealing with the same sort of issues of having to accommodate migration and urbanization. But it also enables us to deal with what we've defined as the theme, that cities are about people. And that's why the theme of this conference is Caring Cities, so that we talk about people. We don't just talk about roads, bricks, mortar, wires, and pipes, but we talk about how people interface with their city and how local government can create a caring environment where we can focus on those most vulnerable in our communities, but also create an environment that people feel that the city is livable, so to say.
Mayor, you chose a very interesting week. Mandela Day is being marked throughout the world on Thursday. Was it the intention to choose this week where Mandela Day is being celebrated?
It was the intention, because we thought that it gives us the opportunity to celebrate with our colleagues throughout the world the legacy that Mandela has left for not just South Africa but for the world. A commitment to public service, a commitment to improving the quality of life of the people, and a commitment to greater humanity, about ensuring that you're able to deal with the issues that confront people, not just in your own country, but also provide solidarity to other peoples in the world that face different challenges.
And I see you're going to get your fellow mayors to roll up their sleeves on Thursday?
We will be going out with fellow mayors and city leaders. We are privileged that the Deputy Executive Director of UN Habitat is also here, and she will be actively participating in the programs that we will be implementing and going to people and spending 67 minutes together with all the mayors that are here in Johannesburg to improve the quality of lives of the people of Johannesburg, but to also make a direct contribution as mayors and ultimately as local government and civic leaders.
Mayor, you've identified a number of areas of focus, one of them being transport, the other being security and safety for citizens. The issue of the environment, greening issues is top of the agenda. Are these the core issues that you'll be looking at, in addition to obviously the normal issues affecting local government?
Those are the important issues we'll be looking at. I serve and have been appointed by the United Nations as Deputy Chairperson of the Global Network on Safer Cities. So this morning we'll be meeting with the colleagues discussing what initiatives should we implement on improving safety in our cities. And what's very evident about that is that, in fact, case studies such as that, we always have to look on the prevention side, and prevention involves ensuring that the community is an integral part of dealing with public safety at a local level. We are also involved in programs that are implementing transportation initiatives. As the City of Johannesburg, we're well underway in implementing our bus rapid transit system and expanding its implementation. We're getting new buses that are coming on to the next phase of the PRT in September this year, and the program is continuing. But it's also about how cities interface and create urban efficiencies. And that's why for us the benchmarking on urban sustainability is important, because urban efficiencies are about levels of density, mobility, livability, the quality of the environment, the quality of the built environment, and the accessibility of your city to its residents, the ability of the residents of your city to access the amenity that an urban center provides, whether this is social, cultural, economic and other amenities that people want to interface with.
Mayor, you market Johannesburg as the world-class African city. Do you firmly believe that we are a world-class African city, and if not, what still needs to be done?
Well, firstly, I think one of my colleagues was saying to me yesterday, why do you say world-class African city? Why don't you just say world-class city, because we know where you are?
Yeah.
Certainly, Johannesburg is acknowledged by our peers and colleagues internationally as the leading city in Africa. We understand that we're the cosmopolitan center of Africa. We're the base from which economic activity happens throughout the region. And therefore we play not just a local role, but a regional and global role as the city of Johannesburg. We host to the largest stock exchange on the African continent and one of the leading securities exchanges internationally through the JSE. So our position certainly is unassailable. Of course, it's also an aspirational thing. It's about positioning Johannesburg as a city that is recognized internationally at par with internationally acknowledged cities, Berlin, Paris, London, New York, and that's where we're really positioning Johannesburg. So there's a lot of reality in it, but there's also the aspirational element of getting Johannesburg to be acknowledged not just by us and those in the African continent, but internationally as the leading city in Africa.
Lastly, is this just not another talk shop?
Certainly not, because the program here involves benchmarking, it involves case studies, but it also involves peer reviews. And one of the advantages of peer reviews is that you can't say to your peers, don't tell the story about me. Your peers have to look at you and say, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And on the basis of the peer reviews, we can improve the work that we do. And so for us, it's not just a talk shop, it's an association that we feel adds value to the work that we do in the city of Joburg.
You're opening the session in the next few minutes, Mayor. We wish you good luck. I'm sure we're going to be talking to you for the rest of the week as well about what unfolds from the conference itself. And thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
That's Executive Mayor of Johannesburg, Councillor Park Stow. Thank you, Mayor. Good luck.
Thank you.
All of the best. Oh.